Have you ever had one of those moments? Doing something casual, something you do all the time, like maybe sipping a glass of wine, and then suddenly it clicks. It turns into this really rich, insightful experience.
Hmm.
Imagine taking just an ordinary evening, maybe your Wednesday wind down, and making it, wow, something special.
That's exactly what we're diving into today. It's all about intentionality, really.
Hmm.
We want to unpack how asking yourself a few simple questions can completely change how you experience wine, turning it from just, a drink into more of a delightful sensory adventure.
Yeah, exactly. And we're drawing heavily today from Mia Gibson's article, 10 Questions to Ask Yourself During Wine Wednesday Tastings. It's a great piece. What I love about her approach and what we'll explore is just how accessible it is. You really don't need to be a sommelier
Oh, absolutely not.
or even know tons about wine. You just need to be a little curious. These questions are kind of like a shortcut, right, to uncovering the story that's inside every bottle.
Precisely. And that's the key difference, isn't it? Between just drinking wine and actually tasting it. It boils down to being intentional. When you come at it with questions, it gives you a framework.
A structure.
Yeah, structure. It makes you slow down naturally. You start noticing little things, subtleties you'd otherwise miss. And importantly, it builds your confidence. So you can talk about wine in a way that feels, natural and informed, not stuffy.
It's like that saying, a great wine tells a story.
Hmm.
Questions are how you hear it,
Oh.
and that's what we want to help you do today. Listen a bit closer. So let's jump into these 10 questions. Let's elevate that glass of wine into a real tasting journey. Okay, question 1, right at the very start. Before you even take a sip, what's the first thing you notice visually? You hold the glass up, maybe against a white napkin or just in the light. What do you see?
Yeah, that first look. Is it deep ruby red? Is it that lovely golden Chardonnay color? Or maybe a pale blush like a rosé? These aren't just pretty colors, they really do set expectations. They start the story.
So it's about grounding yourself in the moment.
Exactly. It makes the whole thing more mindful. And take a second, give it a little swirl. See how the wine runs down the inside of the glass? People call them legs or tears.
Right, the legs. I've heard about those.
Yeah. And if they're thick, slow-moving legs, that can often suggest maybe a higher alcohol level
Mm-hmm.
or perhaps more residual sugar, that natural sweetness. And just look at the color itself. Is it bright and vibrant, suggesting youth?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe a bit more muted, which could mean age or a certain style. It only takes, 10 seconds? But it's incredibly revealing.
Okay, so we've looked. Now, the aromas, the nose. This is where it gets really interesting for me. They say so much of taste is actually smell, but sometimes it just smells like wine. How do we get past that?
That's a super common thing. The trick is, again, that intentionality. Give the glass a good swirl, really get those aromatic compounds moving. Then bring it up to your nose, take a proper deep sniff. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
There's no single right answer. It's about what you smell. Your perception is totally unique, linked to your own memories. Close your eyes. Let your mind drift. Are you getting fresh berries? Flowers? Maybe baking spices?
Or something weirdly specific.
Exactly, like that pencil sharpener from 3rd grade she mentions. I once got my grandma's spice rack from a Syrah. Clear as day. It's those aha
Yeah.
moments. Try sniffing quickly, then maybe more deeply. Different things pop out. Aim for maybe the first 3 distinct scents. Think fruit, sure, but also non-fruit things, earth, herbs, spice. You'll find your sense of smell gets way better with practice, and having a few keywords helps build that vocabulary.
Right, the moment of truth. Taking that first sip. But wait, don't swallow right away. Let it coat your mouth. What are the physical sensations? Not just flavor, but texture. How does it feel?
Yeah, this is huge and often overlooked. It really changes how you get the wine. Is it light, crisp, refreshing, almost like skipping stones on water? Or is it richer, more velvety, like sinking into a comfy couch?
Like the difference between skim milk and whole milk?
That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
We talk about body light, medium, or full. Just like that. Does it feel bright and zippy or soft or rounder? And tannins, do you notice that drying, slightly grippy feeling?
Ah, the tannins. Like strong black tea.
Precisely. Come from grape skins, seeds, maybe oak barrels. It adds structure. Comparing notes on mouthfeel with friends is fascinating, actually.
Yeah.
It's so personal, but tells you so much.
Okay, we've looked, sniffed, felt the texture. Now finally, the flavors. Take another sip. How do we move beyond just saying it's fruity or it tastes good? How do we pinpoint what's actually there?
Well, this is where your own personal memory bank really kicks in. What's cool is that wine flavors often fall into categories. You've got your fruits, obviously.
Yeah.
Then flowers, herbs, spices, earthy notes, maybe oaky things like vanilla or toast.
Right.
Swishing it gently helps different parts of your mouth and nose pick up these nuances. Can you spot the primary fruit flavors? Straight from the grape cherry, lemon, maybe pineapple. Then there are secondary notes. From the winemaking itself, think yeast, nuts, maybe butter. And finally, tertiary ones from aging like leather, tobacco, dried fruit.
So it's about connecting the dots in your own head.
Absolutely. It's not just about naming things correctly, it's about what you connect with. That makes the profile yours. Playing that game, write down 3 flavors, then compare is always eye-opening. Really shows your personal preferences.
Now, this next one is super interesting to me. Great wines aren't static, right? They change. How does the wine evolve in the glass? From that first sip, maybe to 10 minutes later? Especially reds, they can shift quite a bit with air.
Oh, massively. That evolution is what makes tasting so engaging. It's less like looking at a photo, more like watching a short film unfold. It's not just the initial hit. How do those flavors develop? Do new ones emerge as it breathes?
Or do some fade away?
Exactly. Do things get more intense or mellow out? Even a slight temperature change can affect how you perceive it. Try taking notes right after pouring, and then again maybe 15-20 minutes later. The difference can be really striking. It shows the wine's depth.
Let's talk about the finish. That lingering impression after you swallow. They say this often separates the merely good wines from the truly memorable ones. What should we be looking for?
The finish is like the wine's closing statement. And it's fascinating. It's not just if flavors linger, but what lingers. Is it pleasant? Or is there maybe a little bitterness you didn't notice before? Do new flavors pop up right at the end?
And does it make you want another sip?
That's a big one. Does it invite you back in? We talk about short, medium, or long finishes. Short fades fast, long can stick around for a minute or more. Honestly, I've had some surprisingly affordable wines with really impressive long finishes. It's a great indicator of quality for value.
Okay, so we've thoroughly analyzed this one glass. Now, step back a bit. How does this wine fit into your bigger picture? How does it compare to others you've tried? Same grape, maybe same region, similar price. Context adds a lot of depth here.
It really does. This question is so powerful for building connections. It helps you create like a mental map of your preferences. It's not just I like this or you don't. It's understanding why.
So, like, is this Pinot Noir maybe fruitier than the last one I had?
Exactly. Or is this Sauvignon Blanc less acidic than that other one? Comparing helps you nail down the specific things you enjoy. Does it remind you of another wine you loved, or maybe one you didn't? If you keep a little tasting journal, this is where it becomes gold.
And now for the really fun practical part. Food. Wine is practically made for food, right?
Yeah.
As you're tasting, what dishes start popping into your head? What would pair beautifully with this?
Oh, this is always a great discussion. And it helps you get those basic pairing ideas down. Would that crisp Riesling just sing with some spicy Thai food cutting through the heat? Or does that big, bold Cabernet need something equally robust, like a juicy steak, to stand up to it? Generally, you're looking for pairings that either complement, like similar flavors working together, or contrast.
Contrast. How does that work?
Well, like opposites that balance each other out. Think salty cheese with sweet dessert wine. So, does this wine call for light dishes or something hearty? Spicy food or milder stuff? Is there one specific ingredient you think would make it shine? Turning this into a guessing game in a group is always fun. Everyone throws out ideas.
Thinking beyond just food pairings now, when is the perfect moment for this wine? Every wine seems to have its own ideal setting, right? How do you link this bottle to an occasion, a season, even a mood?
This helps you build up a kind of mental wine rack for different situations. Makes you a better host or just better at picking for yourself. Does this feel like a Tuesday night casual sipper or more like a special occasion bottle?
Is it a summer wine or a winter wine?
Yeah. Or is it better on its own? Or does it really need food? A bright, bubbly Prosecco feels like brunch celebrations. Whereas a complex, older Bordeaux might be for a quiet, thoughtful dinner on a cold night. We've even played a game assigning movie genres. Is it a light, rom-com wine or a serious drama? It's playful but revealing.
Okay, we've come to it. The big one. Question 10. After looking, smelling, tasting, thinking about pairings and occasions, the ultimate question, would you buy this wine again? And be honest, a wine might be technically well made, but just not your style. And that's totally okay.
Absolutely. This whole thing is about discovering your taste, not someone else's. And honestly, every time you decide, nope, not for me, you actually get closer to finding the ones that are a definite yes.
Good point. It refines your search.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So ask yourself, would I pay this price for it again? Would I recommend it to a friend who likes similar things? Is it memorable enough to become a regular purchase?
Yeah.
I find having a simple rating helps, like Never again, nice once, would buy again, and must have. Don't shy away from being critical. It's how you learn.
And just as a quick bonus thought, having even a basic vocabulary for all this makes a huge difference, doesn't it? Just being able to put words to what you're experiencing.
Oh, immensely. It makes it so much easier and more precise. Think about those key categories. Fruits, is it more cherry or lemon? Florals like rose or violet, spices, pepper or cinnamon, earthy notes, mushroom, wet leaves, leather, oak influence, vanilla, toast, maybe other things like honey or butter. Having those terms handy just unlocks another layer of understanding.
So these 10 questions, they really can turn a simple glass of wine into, well, a genuine adventure. And the great thing is you can use them anytime, whether it's your everyday bottle or something fancy.
Definitely. The key takeaway is that asking these questions deepens your knowledge, sure, but it also just makes drinking wine more fun, more engaging. It becomes a mindful practice. You slow down, use your senses, appreciate it more.
And always remember, tasting is so personal. There really are no wrong answers here. It's about trusting your own palate. Keep asking those questions, stay curious, and just notice how your experiences with wine change and grow.
Couldn't agree more.
So maybe tonight, or the next time you pour a glass, give it a go. Ask yourself a few of these questions. What story will you find waiting in your next glass? Cheers to that next delicious discovery.